What up? What the fudge is going on here? I have a million things going on. Halloween is neat. I really hope my stream's working right now. What up? Seems like it's working. If my voice sounds shittier than usual, shittier than my normal human level of shittiness, it could be my camera mic taking over the good one. So, if I sound dumb, stupid, idiosyncratic, that's all normal, but if I sound low quality, then let me know. Alright. We have some bingo shit going on. Quick battle of riot. What's going on, Magnescites? I don't know what any of this means. Also, quick battle doesn't work on the beta, does it? I don't think so. So today, for anybody checking out the VOD and they don't know what the hell I'm talking about, boom. We are doing bingo. This is, what, the fifth time? Fourth time we've done this. I get replays from my community. I intend to cast all of them someday. And usually I get caught up with these bingo streams. I just have to keep casting random bullshit until I get a bingo on this sheet. If you don't know how bingo works for some reason, you just need to get 5 in a row in any straight line direction, diagonal, up and down, side to side. It's fine. And the middle one's always free, which in this case means I'm probably going to start with a replay where Skrulk rallies. And that's a good time. Alright, let's get into it. We have Hazel next to me. Lao, hello. Hello, fellow humans. Alright. Got a lot of replays to cook through. Let's get on with it. Leadership isn't real. So this was from my tournament. Well, not my tournament, but Anticity's tournament I was hosting on behalf of him. Kafka versus Palpatine. Tomb Kings versus Skaven. And I am very confused about Skrulk, so I wanted to cast this replay separately and watch him in particular. So let's check it out. On the one side, we have seen this before. Double Screaming Skull Catapult, 4 Nehekara Horsemen, a Tomb Scorpion, then the entire hero core is on foot with a Necrotect, a Tomb Prince, Arc in the Black, 2 Archers, and then a basic Skeleton Chaff across the front line. Alright. On the other side, we have Quadruple Rat Ogre from Papa Palpatine, 2 Warp Lightning Cannons, Morse Guitar's Hellion, Double Assassin, Lord Skrulk, and then a bunch of Clan Rats and Skaven's Slaves. So no Poison Wind to fight the Tomb Kings. That's not always a bad idea. I do know the Skaven win this one, but that's because in traditional bingo, you always get the middle block for free. So, we're doing this. Also, I'm probably going to be pretty upset about it, so you also get some entertaining footage of me being angry. While the armies saddle up to each other, why there's no Poison Wind here and why I also agree with it is because Skaven infantry can actually beat Tomb King's infantry, and that's one of the few times they can. So you actually don't really want to nuke them. You don't really want to Poison Wind your own troops. It's not that beneficial. Also, if you nuke your own troops, they'll run away. While the Tomb King's ones won't because they're undead. And they're essentially unbreakable due to that. Meaning, if you just let your Skaven slaves fight them, the fight will go on for almost ever, and the Tomb Kings will never get through your front line. Whereas if you Poison Wind them, you'll actually reduce your own leadership by so much that you will actually lose the frontline fight. So, both scenarios, not that helpful. Alright, Lord Skrulk, I did rant about this on the stream, so I'm just going to check. He has Liber Barbonicus, and he really should be spamming it on any of these foot characters right about now. Especially when he gets caught out like this. Completely surrounded, you just want to get it off as quickly as you can. But it does not look like he will be able to do that. Gets a Rod of Corruption, but that is not as good against single targets. I'm looking for the Liber, but now he is terror routing, and he is naturally routing. Big Assassin's Trophy comes down, or Rival Hide Talisman, I should say. There's the Liber Barbonicus. He did get it off. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Palpatine, you are forgiven. That is good free value. So some Nehekara horsemen get right here next to Skrulk, and he's getting Spirit Leeched. They're right next to him. How did he rally? What is that? How? What the fuck? That is some bullshit. That is some bullshit. Alright. Anyway. As for the rest of the battle, just in case you didn't see it yesterday, Double Assassin are going to be fighting Dark in the Black. He's having a tough time out there. He has 0 melee attack from their rival high talismans. Very nice layering by Papa Palpatine, where he didn't use them both at the same time because they don't stack. So you're essentially doubling the duration by properly timing them one after the other. Hasn't used any Assassin's Trophies just yet on these two because they already have such low melee stats. The Assassin's Trophy is a little bit of a wasted effort. Ark in the Black is about to go down, and with Skrulk rallying and Arkin about to potentially die, that looks like the Skaven forces get distracted. If he can make it out of here, that would be huge for the Tomb King's force. If he can't, that might already be the death knell in this game. See in the backfield, some summons have taken care of skeleton archers, and rat ogres are plowing into the other ones. Ark in the Black is now again surrounded by 2 assassins. More Sitar's Hellions fighting in the middle. Getting pretty low on health. His leadership spiked negative for a moment there, but it did rally. Play your first game with Artisan, then you'll go to sleep? Sure. Sure thing, dude. Nehekar Horsemen, trying to kill Lord Skrulk, but they really can't. Cyrus, can you name the 2 factions in the replay you wanted, just to make sure I have the right one? And if Skrulk stays healthy and happy, I think the Skaven will clutch this one out. Arkin has died. More Sitar's Hellions fighting the Tomb Scorpion. Surprisingly good on leadership. Skrulk with very little support around him. Just some rat ogres. He's hanging on to dear life. Rat ogres rear charge over here. I think those are double assassin on the other side. Yep. And this foot core is going to go down for Kafka. And that'll be a nice Skaven win. I just wanted to see how Skrulk pulled that off. Other than that, it's a slow bump and grind fight where the Skaven just slowly but surely get ahead. Alright, I still don't know how Skrulk rallied. Time has not made that make any more sense to me. So in Photoshop, I will not give myself the Skaven win space because that one was cheating. I did know it was coming. I just wanted to, 1, review that replay on stream, and 2, show that. Cannot use the brush tool because no layers are selected. Well, now they are, so eat my ass. Boop, boop. Alright, so that's 1. Now we get on with the actual show where I don't know what's coming anymore. And apparently I'm looking for Chaos versus Bretonnia. Should be near the bottom if it's one of his first ones. Leadership isn't real. It's current year. Bretonnia versus Warriors of Chaos. I think this is the first one. Okay. So we're watching. This is from our own Hank Cyrus. I believe you are PE Pathetic Enterprise. I think you people change your name so much it confuses me. Cheating cheater reported, of course. And apparently this is part of the Shortbeard League with Artisan Tech Priest. So we have Zarthoriel the Everwatcher with Final Trans, Standard Die, otherwise just Arcane Conduit. I like that, just focusing on Final Transes is good. Mix of Chaos Marauders are great weapons, the Mirror Guard, Chaos ROR, Marauder Horse Masters. Is there volume? Okay, there is. Everything was so silent for a while, I was a little worried. Marauder Horsemen, Horse Masters on one side, Chaos Warriors with great weapons, secured in the backfield, and double Hell Cannon versus Bretonnia. This can be pretty good. Hell Cannons are surprisingly good against artillery. Oh. Yeah. Blocker's important. Howdy, Bowmore. How's it going? Alright, so you heard that version of the story, but there's 4 Chaos Skirmish Cav. Other than that, a mix of infantry, double Hell Cannons, Arthorial. On the other side, we actually have Bretonnian Skirmish Cav in the form of Mounted Yeoman Archers, and while I'm talking about that, King Lewin himself is going to dive onto the Hell Cannon. Cyrus will pull away and get his great weapons to support. Lewin's going to run off. He's going to maybe try to attack the other one. Meanwhile, we can look at the Bretonnian army. We have Questing Knights, Companions of Quenelles, a bunch of Peasant Bobs, Foot Squires in the far back, and a Life Wizard. Hazel's being a bit of a dingus. King Lewin pops down, Sword of Corone active, stand your ground in all of his buffs, so Sartorial is a little vulnerable. Wait, why did standard Sword of Corone go away? Oh, Standard Die is a direct opposite to it. Got it. Okay, so his melee defense is fine now. But Lewin's buff. He's a big buff lad, and there's a whole bunch of great weapons running up to stop him. And while Lewin is doing well, the rest of the Bretonnian army is not having such a great time. Questing Knights are getting messed up. Questing Knights are getting messed up by these Hell Cannons. These Questing Knights are doing okay, but they might slowly get dragged down by infantry. And the Foot Squires are all unimpeded. They're not the best units in the game, but they can still do some work if they're not injured before they get into the fight. Chaos Warriors, great weapons, trying to defend the Hell Cannons. The Companions of Quinels are going to try to wedge themselves between the two, and they push the cannon model very far. That's actually pretty funny. Look for the worst final trans of all time. I will try. Companions of Quinels are not loving their life against these Chaos Warriors with great weapons. Sartorial is fighting up against Lewin. Lewin's still full health considering he has regen, so if he's taken any level poke damage, he's just been healing it right up. He's doing work on Sartorial. We can see Chaos is behind on the balance of power at this point. Chaos Marauders are holding off Infinite Peasants, but that might be enough to win this game for them. We will see. Where's the second cannon crew? This cannon crew's here. Second cannon crew is missing. They might be entirely dead at this point. What can deal with Lewin? Not a lot at this point. A lot of the Chaos forces are in deep shit. So Sartorial's getting rear charged yet again. These Chaos Warriors will probably come down and support him a little bit. Companions of Quinels have been routed off. It's a Bretonnian Cav situation. Questing Knights are fighting against throwing axes. And that's a slow grind, apparently. Chaos Warriors are great weapons. Still kind of puppy guarding King Lewin. They can't really go anywhere else because they need to protect Sartorial, which is a bit unfortunate. For them, they certainly want to get out there and get more active. Soul of Damnation is back online. It can fire into some Foot Squires. So we have two Questing Knights. One is very injured, one is about half dead. Other than that, it's Skirmish Cav and Foot Squires to carry this game. Marauder Horsemen pull away from the Questing Knights. Questing Knights might try to get back involved. Sartorial is very, very low on health. Questing Knights, again, ram the Soul of Damnation down the hillside. I swear it started the game, like, right here. But whatever, it's way over there now. And they pull away yet again, sort of prone on the Soul of Damnation crew, but it looks like that was a little retroactive. Is that a Dwellers? It looks like a Predictive Dwellers from Artisan. And maybe the Chaos Warriors of Great Weapons will run a little bit into it. Yes, it does some topical damage, probably not worth the Winds of Magic took to cast that. I haven't seen a final trans this game from our beloved Sartorial, so I wonder if it just hasn't come out or if I missed it. This was on the old patch that just wanted to see the new version of the game. Oh. Okay. Well, that might be confusing and weird. Especially these Questing Knights standing around here. They're probably dead then, huh? Okay. So this was on the old patch, and then most of these will be on the beta. Damn, the chat actually using Brett formations. Artisan Tech Priest is a lot of things, and one of them is definitely a Chad. Tourney. Also look for the worst final trends of all time. Yep. I'm caught up on chat. At this point, I'm going to push ahead as we are getting some classic chaos bump and grind with heavy infantry. So Sartorial's running around. Another Dwellers in the middle of nowhere. Though if it's on a different patch, then units could be in an entirely different place. And it is a valiant defeat for Chaos. 14 value on Sartorial. Oh, it was on 2 peasant mobs. Okay. I see. Yeah, it is interesting getting replays from multiple patches. It's hard to get them right. Lewin hard carrying. Foot Squires did okay. Skirmish Cav did fine. Yar. And that's GG Shortbeard. Okay. Did I get anything in my Photoshop thing? Brett No Fay. Hey, I actually did. Nice. Photoshop. So we got Brett No Fay. Take that. Mirror Mat, 12 ranged, Flying Lord on each side. I mean, Sartorial has wings, but he's not flying. Skaven, Swords of Chaos, Croc scores, I guess which army wins. High Elf wins game. Lord dies in 2 minutes, someone starts streaming. Skaven win. Yep, that's all I got there. So I got one. You won it IRL, both cannons survived. Ah. Ah. I will trust you. With some great weapons and mirror guard. Well, didn't you just send me some? Hold on. There you are. You sent me one with Skaven, so in honor of you going to bed, and also that one was on a previous patch, we'll watch this. Stefan06 versus Cyrus. Assessing the build, it does look pretty spooky. Sartorial is, in my opinion, the best lord to take versus Skaven. He's very hard to deal with, whereas Sigvald could be countered by Queek or Deathmaster. Sartorial is generally pretty good. Chaos Marauders across the front line. 2 Forsaken. I would like to see more Forsaken, maybe cut 1 Chaos Spawn, but otherwise, pretty good. Double Dogs, not bad at chasing off stuff and flanking. Marauder Horsemen. Horsemen. Skirmish Cav is debatable. Some people like it, some people don't, so that's a preference thing, but I would still mix in a couple more Forsaken. They're just legendary in this matchup. They're so good. On the Skaven side, we have a lot of Wolf Rats. 2 with poison. 2 others with poison. 2 Poison Wind Globes. Gracier of Plague. Chieftain on a Bonebreaker. Natty Boo Sharpshooters and another Giselle. Clan Rats with Spears. The Council Guard Storm Vermin. More Spears, more Clan Rats. The front line of Skaven Slaves. So it's a pretty straightforward build. I think it's a little infantry-centric. There's a lot of infantry here. There's no Rat Ogres or anything, so if you're betting to win the Chaos infantry fight, you're in for a bad time. And Chaos Spawn are going to make these rout surprisingly quickly. But I wanted your opinion on the build. Yeah, I like the build a lot. I would maybe cut like 1 Chaos Spawn for Forsaken. Maybe cut the Skirmish Cav, but that one's more of a preference thing. The build in general is very good. I like it. Wolf Rats with Poison try to charge some Skirmish Cav. Traditionally a good idea, but with the low leadership of these Wolf Rats, you can see both of them are going to rout off before they do really any damage. Normal dogs catching Wolf Rats on the side. 1-1, the Wolf Rats would win, but 2-1, their leadership is going to be their biggest problem, not their stats, and the Wolf Rats will rout. You can see now the front line is just getting slaughtered on the side of the Skaven. And while Chaos is taking some damage, it doesn't really matter because the core that they need is unbreakable between the Chaos Spawn and Sartorial, and they will push forward. Second line of Skaven come in to reinforce. That is a good play. But as most Skaven games go, when infantry are the only things holding your front line, Chaos Spawn are going to get past them. And now your back line is a little torn apart. Skirmish Cav are going to run in and act as melee units, get on top of these Poison Wind Globes. Dogs might even come in and get on top of the Giselles. A lot of the firepower is getting shut down, and Chaos is probably just going to bump and grind their way to a victory at this point. Looks like a Warrior to Chaos W, but since it was sent since Skaven might win. Maybe. Hey, bird. Hey, bird. Giselles are still trying to poke into Zarthoriel. That is a trap I have fallen for many times, because if you don't kill him, there's no point in shooting him. Otherwise, he's just going to run around and do the same thing he always does. Gracier's fighting Chaos Spawn, which even though they have no armor piercing, is going to wreck him. You can see it does a lot of damage whenever they land a hit. And one too many times my Gracier has been surrounded by Chaos Spawn and killed, especially when Morgr summons them right on top of you. That is a very big fun time. Chaos Spawn also beating the shit out of a Chieftain. Some people, and I'm not trying to throw shade, but some people try to get me to take a Chieftain on a Bonebreaker in this matchup, and I say, what about Chaos Spawn? And they say, he beats Chaos Spawn. And then I watch him do this, and I go, does he? Does he really? Does he, though? And he does not. He's getting his ass handed to him. Poison Globes are closing in. The Council Guard are still here. They're still very healthy, but there's not a whole lot they can do. Dogs have surrounded the Skaven and every other asset. They're just going to be routed off. And it'll be down to the Council Guard and the Gracier versus the World, and the World is a very big place. We're losing. Probably. Why would I want to make Hubby happy? Skaven got wrecked. Yeah, I can see that at this point. Sartorial has Final Trans. Probably just wants to cast it on the Gracier and the Council Guard and get this over with. Poison Globes, Giselles all getting escorted off the map. Dogs are back. Chaos Spawn are here. Army losses is coming in. The Council Guard will fight to the very end and die horrifically. Chieftain is solid. Pebbles for spawn. Business as usual. I personally don't like it because I just get surrounded by Forsaken or Chaos Spawn. And those are the big problems for me in this matchup, and the Chieftain doesn't fix the big problems for me. Brood Horrors traded better into spawn than Hellpits and still lost? Yeah, the Hellpits don't trade great into spawn at all. They get surrounded and beat up pretty hard. Like, will they kill one unit of spawn? Yeah. Will it be an official health trade? Like, an efficient health trade? No. No. For 900 gold, he's going to take way more than 900 gold of damage. Chieftain got 209 value. Skaven slaves all died, but that's kind of their birthright. Council Guard got 700 value. Globes were compromised pretty quick. Sales did okay. Dogs really didn't do much. Bob Trash, I was just talking about you. Chieftain on a Bonebreaker sucks! Doesn't suck. I just don't particularly enjoy it. Rats. Alright, did I get anything on the bingo board? Let's check. 5 artillery in 1 game. Skaven win. Double Dragon Barrel. Phoenix's mirror match. Game goes along. Blah, 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 blah. No. Skaven win versus Beastman Chaos would have been nice. Nope. Nothing. Nada. Zip. Simp Squad is so good. I will get there eventually, but I am going to show other things. Like F&G's Norska versus Asia Sickness's Bretonia. We have Wolfric. Ooh, Wolfric Double Frostworm. It looks like some Marauder Great Weapon boys. Are those the Marauder champions? Let's find out. Norscan Warhounds on the far side and in the back. Other than that, Double Frostworm. Marauders Great Weapons, Marauder Champions with Great Weapons, Marauders Great Weapons, Champions, Great Weapons. So that's pretty cool. Deathcaster with Spirit Leech and Aspect of the Dread Knight. Marauder Chariots, Wolfric on his big mammoth. Very interesting. For the Bretonians, double Flying Paladin, Fey Enchantress on her horse. Well, I should say unicorn. 5 Skirmish Cav. So this implies this was probably a quick battle, not a tournament game. And oh wow, okay, double Paladin tried to take the fight against the Frostworms, but Hunter of Champions comes in on one of the Paladins, and that does not go well for him at all. Doom and Darkness on the other one. Oh, it's not Aspect of the Dread Knight, it's Doom and Darkness. Gonna try and terror out him because Paladins are not ITP in any form. Faye has retreated to her battle line. Now we can continue talking about it. Questing Knights, Knights of the Realm, Questing Knights, some Foot Squires in the back, Peasant Mobs, and Fae. Not a bad army. Not a bad army at all from Bretonia. I really like the Skirmish Cav. Now, of course, for anybody taking notes out there, you can only have 4 of the same type. I don't think this was a tournament game, but just in case you want to take some form of this build, cut 1 Skirmish Cav and you'll be fine. Fae Double Paladin isn't even that good versus Brett. What? Emp? It's great versus Brett. Oh, okay. That's a lot of degeneracy going on. Yeah. F&G is a degenerate. His dogs are still chilling. There's nothing they really want to go fight right now, because if they flank anything, they're just going to flank Foot Squires and die. Frostworms are beating up this Paladin. They've slowed him significantly with their chilling aura. And he is routing. Probably just going to go straight off the map. Wolfric's crumping through some peasants. Foot Squires are starting to get involved now, but I doubt they'll trade that well into Marauders, but especially not Marauder Champions. Questing Knights charge back in. They might do okay since this is the Cav beta. The dogs are still vibing, having a good time up there, enjoying their life. Our champion's getting whittled down. Those chariots are still healthy, but these champions are still very healthy. Wolfric has full health, and ooh, that's a good catch. Questing Knights catch out the Shaman Sorcerer and will rout him off. Probably not let him go, probably kill him. Looks like the second Paladin has died. The Frostworms are now free and clear in the sky, though there is some Skirmish Cav to keep them a little bit honest. I doubt the Skirmish Cav will do that much damage to them. Potentially. Norscan Warhounds finally getting involved in the Mounted Yeoman Archers. I don't know if they catch them how much damage they'll do. I'm not very versed in the Mounted Yeoman versus Dog matchup, but I would hope it's a lot, because they cost as much as the Mounted Yeomans without any of the arrows. Frostworms here are free to just use breath attacks as they want to. Try to absorb a lot of these Mounted Yeoman shots without dying. Maybe dodge some of them, who knows. Those are the champions? Nope, those are Marauders Great Weapons. Okay, the champions are over here. Ooh, the Deathcaster gets to come back. That could be pretty big for Norska. Champions on this side are going to rout. Or did they already route? They already routed. Now they're coming back, but they are getting rear charged and frontal charged by foot squires, and they're not going to enjoy that one bit. Meanwhile, Norscan Moorhounds come back from their soiree with the skirmish cav and rear charge the Questing Knights, routing them off. Norska, I would think they'd be ahead on the balance of power considering all that's happened, but actually it's pretty even. Slightly favoring them, but pretty even. Deathcaster's back. Fey Enchantress is fighting a Frostworm with Hunter of Champions on her. That's going pretty well for the Frostworm. This other one's just mocking these mounted yeoman archers, showing them its booty. Taking all the arrows. Norscan Moorhounds in this chariot are teaming up to fight the Knights of the Realm. Bretonia's running a bit out of gas here. It's really on this one Questing Knight unit to carry, and oh, they might. I ran into this problem against Butcherbird. My Frostworm got caught on the ground for 1 second, and Knights tore it apart, because I don't know why. It has 42 melee defense. You'd think Frostworms would be better. They just aren't. Oh, favor of the Fae. Okay, yeah, that's huge. 82 attack on that Questing Knight. Now both Frostworms are very injured, and the balance of power ricochets right back into potentially the favor of Bretonia, slightly. Slightly. Frostworm still chasing around the Fae. She might just want to turn and fight it. Its leadership's so low that if she does any damage, she might just rout the thing off. Other Frostworm is routed. Very, very damaged from all of these Questing Knights. Its leadership is getting so low, it honestly just might shatter. Mounted Yeoman Archers get on top of the Shaman Sorcerer of Death. Do manage to shut him down yet again. I don't think he can break any more times. If he comes back, they'll just break one more time and get him out of here. Are those Marauder Champions? Yes, they are. So it's pretty much down to just Wulfric at this point. This Frostworm gets back in the sky, tries to charge down on the Fey Enchantress, kind of whiffs it in that weird little animation that they do. One Frostworm is routing off, comes back. A big thing to work on if you're watching this replay and just want to take any notes is chasing things off, using these skirmish cav that are standing around to chase off anything that routes, because twice now the Bretonians have gotten a big advantage and not capitalized on it. Chalice Potion comes in, trying to hit the dogs, but they routed just before it came down. Fey Enchantress is Hunter of Champions, meaning she has 0 melee defense next to a Frostworm, who has very little health left, and with a side charge coming in from Questing Knights, his leadership will drop. He's a very cowardly lizard thing, and he will run away. Now, Wulfric might be there to clean up. The other Frostworm tries to come back, immediately runs away. I don't know where that Bray Shaman is. Well, not Bray Shaman, regular Shaman is, but hopefully Bretonia won't come back. Terror out onto the Fey Enchantress. She will rally. Don't Frostworms do magic damage? Yes. This is probably the wrong patch. It said it was the current version of the game. It didn't have the red triangle, I think. Also, Butcherbird, they have both. You can see the little sparklies. And Frostbite, magical attacks. Alright, Wulfric's trying to plow through this whole force. If he can get a mass route going, Norska's still got a shot in this game. And all of a sudden, a Pyrrhic victory, so it looks like his opponent surrendered. Because I didn't see anything weird there. Great weapons, one of them got 500 value, one of them paid for itself. Frostworms both did pretty well until they got involved on the ground. Wulfric did great, and the dogs did well. Fey Enchantress struggled. She didn't really have a lot of time to sit and drain. She was chasing around Frostworms most of the game. Foot Squires traded poorly, even though they were fighting kind of what they wanted to be fighting. And all these mounted yeoman archers did great. Oh, it might have been. Okay. It might have been an older version of the game. My face is covering? My face is covering what? Ah, I see. I see. I will move. I will make myself smaller. Oh no, goodbye. Goodbye forever. Alright, anyway. Oh, the joys of trying to cast on 2 different patches. The joys. Frostworms good against VP Rush? Maybe. Maybe. They could fight all the Sirens. Alright. There's something on Norse here. Norse taking no skirmish cav. I didn't see any skirmish cav for F&G. Patch and no patch. That's true. Queen Bess, someone starts streaming. Guess which army wins? I don't see anything else here. Double dragon, but that was a double worm, so technically it's not the same. Do Skaven greenskins? Sure. Is that a thing? Skaven versus Greenskins BBB. It's Bowmore on the Skaven versus BBB Rocket Row. Should be fun. Oh, you have one double dragon build. I hope I have a double dragon build. But double worm is not double dragon, it's double worm. That one I would probably consider double dragon, but I could see the people in chat being like, no, it was a worm. You are a lying piece of shit, human boy. All right, for Bowmore, we have Rat Ogres, Pit Fighters of Hell's Deep, and another Rat Ogre, so it looks like 3 total Rat Ogres. Night Runners with slings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stormverm with halberds in the back. It looks like just one of them. Stormverm and sword and shield up front. Holy crap. Clan Rats of Spears, Clan Rats of Spears. 1 Skaven Slave finally. But yeah, there's 2 Stormvermin, one of which is sword and board. That's interesting. Double Poisonwind Globes. We have a Gracier of Plague with Dreaded 13th and Vermintide. We have an Assassin on the ground with only Rival High Talisman, not the Assassin's Trophy. Okay. Very interesting Skaven build. On the Greenskins, I'm seeing something on the minimap in the forest. Fuck the forest. We'll come back to it when it matters. Goblins. 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 So Goblins front line, Orc Boys secondary line. Orc Boys can do a lot versus Skaven. Ooh, the RR Night Goblins are a huge pain in the ass. Night Goblin Archers do Rusty Arrows, and more Night Goblin Archers. I wonder why Night Goblin Archers. I guess for the stocks, they don't get harassed on the advance, but they're pretty expensive. We have double Orc Board Chariot, we have Azhag the Slaughterer in the sky, and now I'm hoping that these flanks are getting revealed so I can actually cast them. Triple gold chevroned Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Okay. That's bold. That's bold. No trolls, what the fuck? I agree, no trolls, what the fuck, but I'm glad to see something different. Dreaded 13th Summon comes down. It looks like it's chasing off Rusty Errors, routing off some more goblins, and the Bound Scorch is going to wreck those Night Goblin Archers. Ooey, owie, that smarts. Skaven off to an early lead, and I definitely agree with the balance of power there. Now the Gold Chevron Spiders are coming in, but they will struggle against Stormverm with halberds. Night Runners are decent melee combatants, but they'll probably get eaten alive by Gold Chevron ones. And Azhag dives onto Poisonwind Globes. Now the Assassin with the Rival High Talisman is going to run in there. That does nothing to lower his melee defense, and with Azhag's Ard Armor, it gets even defensier with 56. Now a repeated sound of Doom and Darkness coming over here. These Spider Riders are just chasing off some chaff. Nice control by the Greenskin player. Anything he routes off, he is successfully running off the edge of the map. I think the Night Goblin Archers might have been a bit of an overreach for him. I don't know if they're worth their price, especially in this matchup. Basic Goblin Archers will do their thing, maybe Orc Armor Boys or something, but Night Goblin Archers are quite expensive for what they provide. Azhag's trying to rout off some Rat Ogres, and that he very much does. Well, he does terror up them. If they don't naturally rout here, they could turn around and cause these Orc Boys some trouble. But it looks like they will rout, so that's good. Not dragons, not enough Night Goblins. Skaven OP confirmed. Skaven OP confirmed. Poisonwind Globes trying to shoot at Azhag, it looks like, but they're just nuking their own Night Runners at this point, so that might be a little bit of a mistake. As more Night Runners try to peel off the back line, these Stormverm with halberds are going to do a lot of work back here. And are the Skaven running out of juice? What looks so good for them initially is now looking bad once the routes start, as all things. Beastmen have a balanced power advantage in the start of the game. The Skaven always have a state of the game start of the game. But then the fighting starts. Then there's running and screaming. Jurassic Park 2, anybody? Hey, Hazel's here. Hazily Basley. Alright. Another Bound Scorch coming out of these Night Goblins, doing a lot of damage, about half their health bar. That's pretty nice. Good for them. Good for them, doing great. Night Runners, the ones that have survived, are now beset by more Gold Chevron Forest Spider Riders. I like that tech. So far, that's been doing a lot of good work for the Greenskin player. Maybe cut the Night Goblin Archers, get cheaper ones, or maybe even Skirmish Cav. I don't know about that. Human Boy wins with a faction, it must be broken. He doesn't win with Skaven, so I
Why are you all so mean to me? What have I done to deserve this?
Night Runners with the Grey Seer and the Assassin do push off these Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Skaven are rallying around the map kind of in this weird backfield area, but the Greenskins dominate the Skaven backfield, so the sides have switched on who can rally where. Bounce power is getting decently Skaven favored at this point, and I gotta look around to really figure out if I agree or not. Greenskins are trying to get a little Archer Enclave going on this side. They have Goblins chasing around Storm Vermin over here. I think the Skaven are in a lead. I think it's a fragile lead, because if they get another mass route like that, it could turn the tide very quickly against them. Because 1v1, Azhag can kill this Grey Seer, no problem. His only problem is going to be dealing with the Storm Vermin with halberds. And as I say that, he does dive down. Jeremy, did you miss the VC mirror? No. I jokingly insulted you once or twice. Lies and slander. Lies and slander. I am perfect. You can see the bounce power goes right back to the middle as more Skaven forces route off. I did say it was fragile. Storm Vermin Sword and Board are really getting their asses kicked somehow. I guess by an Orc Boar Chariot, but mostly also Goblins here. That's a little embarrassing. The Archers have rallied, but so does the Bound Scorch, and the Bound Scorch goes brrr, does some good damage. Mostly the leadership is what counts. Do they route? One routes. Are you routing because your friend routes? No, you stabilize at 0, you lucky punks. Archers are pouring in. Maybe shooting at the Pit Fighters, maybe shooting at the Grey Seer of Plague. Either is a good target. This is bold. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. There's Rat Ogres and an Assassin right there. Oh, no. Azhag is going to take a big ol' whomping for that mistake. A little too eager there. Storm Vermin Halberd still fighting well against Forest Goblin Spider Riders. Archers. Ooh, a second Dreaded 13th came out. Okay, that's going to shut down all these extra Archers. Pull Skaven very far ahead on the balance of power. And I don't think there's any coming back from that. That might be too much. Azhag's healthy-ish. If the Greenskins can wait out this Storm Vermin with Halberd summon the balance power, it'll normalize for them. I just don't know what they have left in the tank after it, really. Goblins. Is there anything in the far back I'm missing? Ooh, a Gold Chevron Forest Goblin with a lot of health. That could be critical. And these Archers have plenty of ammo if they can come back. Again, it's going to be about waiting out that Storm Vermin with Halberd summon. These Archers shouldn't try to run away. There's nowhere for them really to go. They should waste all their arrows before they die. Probably on the Pit Fighters. They only have 30 armor. Storm Vermin with Halberds. It does do good poke damage over time, but 90 armor can be tough to get through. Azhag picks another nice moment to dive in. Azhag's control has been excellent this game, except for that one little slip up. Butcherbird, obviously... Oh, God. Okay. There's the chat got explosive. I'll check that later. Azhag's still trying to poke down this Grey Seer, and if we can get rid of the Grey Seer, that would be huge. Skaven forces on the far side are rallying a little bit, and the Gold Chevron Forest Goblin Spider Riders are going to charge straight into Storm Vermin with Halberds. That is a big mistake. They definitely 100% should have gone over here and routed off all these things. Fighting the only thing on the battlefield left that can really handle you is a big mistake. Some of the Greenskin Archer Corps is coming back. They can start firing in, but with the loss of those full health Spider Riders, that was kind of the big asset left for the Greenskins. They're going to start routing and shattering off. And Azhag's going to have to do one last desperate dive and try to kill the Grey Seer for even a hope of victory, but I think the Assassin and the Storm Vermin with Halberds could carry the rest of this game for him. That's a bit tragic. It was going so well for the Greenskins, honestly, but that's tough. All right. At this point, I think we can hit the fast forward button a little bit. Azhag's going to do his best, but eventually there are Halberds waiting for him. Greyskier overcasts on himself just a little bit. Now he gets in a fight with Azhag. Azhag is doing that desperate dive we talked about, but with another summon of Clan Rats, he's going to shatter, and that'll be it. Hazel came and Hazel left. Goodbye, Hazel. All right. For Bowmore, we have 1,574 value on the Grey Seer, which is really good considering you normally did summons. Sass got 955. Clan Rats, mixed, but they're mostly just meant to hold. Storm Vermin with shields, only 500 value. They really weren't worth it, but the 1,600 on the Storm Vermin with Halberds is very good. Night Runners did great considering their situation. They're more built for dealing with skirmish cav. Poison Globes, 1 got great value, 1 did not. Rat Ogres, 2 got Shrek'd, but the Pit Fighters did excellently. Azhag got 1,400 value, but almost all that came from the Grey Seer. Night Goblin Archers, I mean, they got some value, but I still think you could go cheaper on the Archers and get the same result. Orc Chariots, mixed, but man, these Spider Riders, they did some good work. That was fun. That was fun. Nice job to Bowmore and Rocket. Okay, Butcherbird doesn't forget, he doesn't forgive. Most importantly, Butcherbird does not get irony on ironic insults. Okay, cool. Photoshop. So I know we got 1 because of a special guest appearance from a celebrity. Photoshop. Bam, bam. A wild Jeremy appears. Whee! Enskaven win. Whee! Grimgore, 5 Artillery, Double Dragon, Phoenixes, Mirror Match. Wood Elf take no range, 12 ranged. I think that's it. Queen Bess has been on this frickin' bingo board since the first one, because I only replaced ones that I got last time. Yes. I've had this one for a while, and I know Felix wanted me to cast it, so we'll cast this one next. But we're shockingly close to a bingo already, and that would be a shame. So we might have to disobey the rules if it comes to that. All right, we have RTK Felix versus XMT, the Phoenix King. And Felix is on Lizardmen, which is weird because he's normally an Empire main. Chameleon Skinks, 2 Skink Javs, Chameleon Skinks, 1 Skink Jav, and then another Skink Cohort. 2 Pterodons in the sky, an asymmetrical build, which is triggering. Then we have 3 Saurus Warriors with Shields, a Skink Oracle, the Horned Ones, and Lord Mazdamundi on his toilet seat. Very interesting build versus Dark Elves. Dread Spears across the front line. Cold One Knights. So triple Cold One Knight. Double Dark Rider with Repeater Crossbow. Sisters of Singing Doom Witch Elves with other Witch Elves. 2 Dark Shards. 1 Feral Manticore. Malekith on Velociraptor. And I think that is it for this build. I have heard recently that these Dark Riders with Repeater Crossbows do almost nothing to Pterodons. So I would be curious if they actually do well here. Wait, Felix played Lizardman? Apparently. Clearly Quick Battle isn't being used enough. Oh, Queen Bess, not Quick Battle. If you cast Brett versus Empire Tank next, then I can go back. Okay, Cyrus, I got you! Cast my replays next. There should be no bingos in them except the 15-minute one. Okay. There's a lot of requests for stuff to be next. Is this Soul Stealer? Malekith's actually getting messed up by these Horned Ones. I missed that. That's a shame. But this Soul Stealer is very nice, doing a lot of damage to those Horned Ones, and tagging Mazdamundi a little bit too, but it takes Malekith up huge amounts of HP. That was a big heal for him, and he needed it. Dark Riders and Peter Crossbows are really struggling on the far side to do anything. They haven't done that much damage to these Pterodons, and they're now fighting Chameleon Skinks. But Mazdamundi now has to run with his Cold One, his Horned Ones gone. Cold One Knights are going to be running up on him. A nice overcasted net, followed by some bombs, is going to do good damage. Skink Oracle is here to poke Malekith. Now, he doesn't double shoot anymore, but a single shot is doing plenty. How's the skirmish going? Pretty well for the... I almost said greenskins. For the Lizardmen, their skirmish elements are still very healthy, considering their Pterodons have 8 models and 8 models. They still have all their models. Saurus are doing well against the Dark Elves. Witch Elves are very injured. The Skink Oracle might get caught up and rampaged, but maybe he can get away. Alright, yeah, he's getting away. He has the poison on him, but if he can walk away without taking too much damage, he might not rampage, but here the Cold One Knights could maybe set him off. And the poison wears off. He can keep running. Mazdamundi gets rampaged, which is weird to see. Not used to seeing that at all. Manticore's rampaging down here, but how are the Dark Elves doing? Not ideal. A lot of their heavy cav is very wounded. Malekith's quite wounded as well. He'll need another Soul Stealer to heal up soon. Dark Shards have been largely compromised. You can see these ones running through the middle of the battlefield just to stay online. And these ones are going to fight some Skin Cohorts. It's not a good trade for them. What is left for the Lizardmen? Mazdamundi casts a net, keep the sisters off of him while Chameleon Skinks will shoot them. You still have 2 Pterodons up in the sky. Another Chameleon Skink, but your Horned Ones are dead. Your Skink Oracle is actually trapped up in Cold One Knights. And if you lose him, that's a big shift in the balance of power, and he's one of those units that his melee stats don't look that terrible. 95 armor, 46 melee defense, but for some reason, man, when you get him into melee, he just gets torn apart, which I'm fine with because he's kind of this big skirmish boy. But Horned Ones are coming back, and now the Cold Knights are going to have a very bad time getting instantly slammed down from that charge bonus, and they will liberate the Skink Oracle. Malekith's on top of Mazda Mundi now, and unless his net's off cooldown, he might be in a bit of a pickle. Malekith is certainly a better melee combatant, and even has some Cold One Knight support. Okay, so while this situation was remedied for the Lizardmen, this situation might have gone to shit. If Mazda Mundi dies, that could be huge. Now, you do have another caster in the Skink Oracle, so maybe that'll be okay. Everywhere else, the Lizardmen are doing fine, running around, being annoying. Their Pterodons are fine, their Chameleon Skinks are fine. Huge tracts of land. I made a reference to that, Jeremy. I hope you're proud of me. Feral Manticore diving in onto Mazda Mundi, but, man, Slans. Slans are OP, broken, piece of shit units. They should count as 4 SEMs apiece. I hate them. This one almost possibly dies. Malekith throws Soul Stealer down, hits Mazda and the Skink Oracle, and finally, at last, Mazda Mundi dies. Manticore kills Mazda Mundi and immediately dives onto the Skink Oracle, doing good damage to him. Along with the Soul Stealer, he might actually break unless he gets cold-blooded on himself, but he rampages due to the Sisters of Singing Doom, or sorry, the Witch Elves nearby. And just like that, the balance of power with the loss of Mazda Mundi and the routing of the Skink Oracle takes a massive shift in the favor of the Dark Elves. Chameleon Skinks are trying to peel off the Manticore, but what can kill all these Witch Elves? I'm looking across the battlefield. Pterodons really can't. Skink Skirmishers with no Javelins really can't. Chameleon Skinks can't. Those Witch Elves might just carry the rest of this game. Horned Ones are trying to run around, avoid getting rampaged next to Malekith and dying. Chameleon Skinks rampaging the Manticore off of the Skink Oracle. Alright, the Skink Oracle might come back. One felt like more than 15 minutes, though. I don't know. Cast the Brett versus Emp tank match next. I'll go to bed. Yes. Yes. I do need to remember to do that one. So far, this has been intense. Skink Oracle's back. It should immediately cast healing on itself. Yep, good choice there, so it doesn't rout again. Manticore is going to rout from fighting these Chameleon Skinks. That's a normal thing. That's fine. I hate Chameleon Skinks. Where are the Horned Ones? They're still running around, so they still have models left. Maybe if they can run and rally with the Skink Oracle, they'll do okay. Balance power is back to dead even. It's Witch Elves, Dread Spears next to Malekith versus all this nonsense. I'm going to hit fast forward a little bit because they're kind of standing in the middle of the desert, repositioning. Chameleon Skinks do get in here, use the last of their ammo, and they are going to get caught in melee combat with these Witch Elves. The poison is applied, so if they take any damage, like that Gaze of Malice coming in, they're going to rampage. And they rampage, running straight back into their death as the rest of this force congregates. Okay, so the final battle for the fate of Middle-earth. Pterodon Riders jump in. Skink Oracle is blasting Malekith, and that'll actually cause army losses very quickly into the engagement. Just the Skink Oracle landing so many nice shots onto him that will take him out. And kind of an anticlimactic ending to what was building up in a really great game. Skink Oracle, 2,300 value. Saurus did okay. Chameleon Skinks did great. Horned Ones actually did really well. So did the Pterodons. Jab Skinks all did well as well. Malekith got 2,200 value. Dread Spears all died to a bunch of Saurus, but Witch Elves, well, one of them performed well. The other one got murdered. Dark Shards, mixed results. Cold Knights, mixed results. Peter Crossbows, not a lot, and Manticore did excellently. So the Phoenix King and Felix 3, I watched that one. Now there's something about a steam tank. Brett versus M tank. Alright, this is it. So Cyrus can go to bed. We got you. If he's even still here. He might have gone to bed. Who knows? I didn't check if that one was over 15 minutes, but we'll presume it wasn't. 12 range, mirror match. Lord does in 2 minutes. Queen Bess, someone starts doing Croc score, Swords of Chaos, High Elves, Sub-Army. Alright, we didn't get anything out of that. We got nothing out of it. Not even entertainment value. Alright, on to Cyrus' game. How can you hate Slann when the Belseer is your main faction? What do you mean? Okay, wait. No. That is some bullshit. That is some bullshit, sir. The Belseer gets surrounded by one Chaos Spawn summon and they fucking die. Slans. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Bob Tresh, I will ask your games. I will watch your game right after this one. All right. So, for the Bretonnians, who I don't remember which was which at this point, Bretonnians have Fey double Paladin. One Paladin gets a little caught out, and he's now getting just slapped around by a whole bunch of single entities. That was very funny, and now he's terror-routing off. So, the Fey double Paladin, it looks like we have 3 Trebuchets, some Peasant Bowmen of mixed varieties. Looks like a couple poison, couple regular. We have Questing Knights on the high ground, including the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis. Well, those are the Knights Errant. Battle Pilgrims mixed in the front line of peasant mobs. On the other side, we have a Warrior Priest, a Jade Wizard, a Steam Tank, Volkmar the Grim, Flagellant frontline, Spearmen, some Crossbowmen in the back, and this is a bold Empire rush going on right now. Human Boy touched my replay for a sec. I will get there, I'm sorry. Show me on the DVD player where he touched it. Probably the eject button. Alright, Fey double Paladin is currently getting very beat up. These Paladins are having a bad old time. And Volkmar, with all these buffs going on, that Steam Tank has 79 melee attack. It's almost nice. Dwellers, what is happening? What is going on? Oh, okay. Fey casted Dwellers over here, and the Empire casted Dwellers over here, and in the end, it just meant a bunch of trees slapping various types of human. Across the battlefield, Battle Pilgrims are beating up on Flagellants with a lot of Knight support and Peasant Bowman support. Fey drops a giant chalice of potions on the Flagellants, nuking them down as well, but since they're unbreakable, they'll fight to the very last. The only Paladin who's still standing as far as I know, nope, the other one's way over there, comes back to fight the Jade Wizard, doing some good damage there, but then he gets pushed off. Fey Enchantress is getting a little bullied, and another Paladin plows in. This is a violent game so far. This is a very violent game so far. A Bound Banishment coming in. It's almost like there's another Slan amongst us. And there are some men-at-arms over here that are willing to fight those Flagellants. I'm running out of breath. This has been so... This specific battle just happened. It was just so intense. All of a sudden. Alright, that Steam Tank's still there. Looks like we have another Soulfire coming in. Questing Knights getting very low. Taking some good damage from Soulfire on the tertiary part of their formation. Volkmar's at half health, though he can regen if he isn't immediately killed here. And Fey double Paladin will run away after getting a little cycle charge in. Bowmen are setting up on the hill to maybe fire down into Volkmar, get some good poke damage. Over here we have Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis, but without any Questing Knights left, that Steam Tank might prove quite difficult to kill. Lizardman players are just good enough to not get their Cast Lord into a bunch of spawn. Hey, if you can summon spawn onto my Caster Lord, there's not a lot I can do to dodge it, Mr. Bird. Alright. So what is going on in here? Battle Pilgrim's getting routed off by the big old goon squad of the Empire. That is working pretty decently. Meanwhile, the Fey Enchantress and her Paladins are trying to clean up some of these outer elements, which is hard since they're unbreakable. You have to kill literally every single model. Questing Knights are back with 28 models. Fey Enchantress can probably heal them up if she has the time. Looks like she's stacking for a little bit of an Earthblood group right now. Warrior Priest overextends. He should definitely be punished for this. The Paladin should turn around and go get him. But it looks like maybe the attention was elsewhere for the Bretonnians, as there is a lot going on in these parts of the map. Fey double Paladin turn around. They are going to try to punish this Warrior Priest. And Volkmar and the Steam Tank are a little caught up on the Questing Knights. Now, they do good damage to the Questing Knights, but the Time Bot is allowing the Warrior Priest to get gooned out. Maybe he can be killed, and the Jade Wizard is even healing capped, which could be huge if he takes any more stuff. You have 5 seconds to get the fuck out with your caster. Not always. If they deploy him like way behind you and there's Chaos Spawn coming from the front, like, it can be hard to get anywhere. The Gracier on the Bell is slow. At least the Slan will actually rout when they get low health. No. Slans come back, dude. Mazda Mundi has finished many battles where you can't even see his health bar. Alright. Fey double Paladins retreating into the backfield. Looks like a lot of their trebuchets are getting shut down in some parts of the map, but on the other parts of the map, wherever this goon squad isn't, the Bretonnians are just getting back on their mounts. Peasant mobs running around, doing okay. My point is, at least when the Belseer gets charged by an SEM, the Belseer will take damage. Whereas fucking Slans have like the same problem as Volkmar's Chariot Mount, where depending on your attack animations, sometimes you just can't hit a Slan. Well, if that happens, then you positioned wrong. All right. It's hard to tell if you're trolling or serious, so I'm just gonna ignore that. All right. Warrior Priest running around, Jade Wizard still running around. This whole goon squad's just doing their best, but they're almost out of any infantry, unbreakable or no. I think that Flagellant is the last one on the map, and there's only 3 left. All right, Faye getting in here on the Jade Wizard. That is a huge catch, and they just bully him immediately, taking him out. And he does have to route now. His healing cap is close. Ooh, he shatters. All right, so he's not coming back. That Warrior Priest then has no healing, and neither does the Steam Tank. So maybe the Bretonnians can grind this out. What is the Field Trebuchet shooting at? It looks like maybe just the Steam Tank itself. It's hard to tell. Questing Knights get a full surround charge, but oh no, double Soulfire is going to do so much damage to them here. They try to pull away. And thankfully they don't take that much damage because their model count is low at this point. Warrior Priest is wavering. Didn't we see Mazda just get gooned by a Manticore? Yeah, if you want to... Okay, so the most broken model in the game, fucking Manticores, which I've heard you, Bob Tresh, complain about. Yes, they can take out Slans. That means they're fine. Have you ever tried to fight a Slan with a Pegasus? They literally can't hit him. I had a Dark Elf Master on a Dark Pegasus with over 100 melee attack miss a Slan 17 times in a row. Could that be bad RNG? Maybe. Could it be because his animations just don't work versus Slan? More likely. Anyway. As a Lizardman and Skaven player, the Belseer is stronger than Steggies? Yeah, it's stronger than Steggies. I'm not saying it's strong. It's not... Yes, it's stronger than Steggies. It's not stronger than the Slan. They're equivalent, but your roster... Okay. No. We're pausing this. Your roster is actually good. The Skaven roster is held together by Greyseers and Poison Wind, and that's about it. I don't want to hear shit from you, Bob, fucking Lizardman apologist. Oh, my faction's the second most broken in the game, and it's been A tier or S tier since its existence. Oh, boo-hoo, people don't like my Slan Lord. Alright, Fatal Paladin charging back in, fighting the Warrior Priest, the Steam Tank, and Volkmar. And so far, the control of this hero squad has been excellent this game. Excellent. Alright. Particularly trolling. Partially serious about the spawn summon thing. Yeah, I mean, if you play excellently, you can avoid spawn stuff, but, like, I'm just saying, if a spawn surround happens, your Greyseer can get fucked up. And sometimes there's not, like, a great option to avoid it if the Beastmen have a proper encirclement and they're closing in on you on all sides. There's nowhere to really run to, right? Hey, sweetie, what up? Fey Double Paladin charging back in. They've been so good at cycle charging this game. They're trying to take down the Steam Tank. Maybe Volkmar would be better. Nah, both have a ton of armor and the Paladins are doing their best. Just get good, human boy. I'm trying. Skaven roster is fine, and also Lizardmen are better than Beastmen. At least Beastmen have bad matchups. I wouldn't say the Skaven roster is fine. Like, I don't know. They're one of the least popular factions of the game for a reason. Fatal Paladin charging back in. Fighting Volkmar still. We're at the 9-minute point. And Volkmar and the Steam Tank are still here. Still fighting. Now, Volkmar is taking a butt ton of damage. Another Field Trebuchet is back online, throwing rocks into this blob. Maybe doing more friendly fire than good, but they're just trying to get anything here. And the Paladins are working on Volkmar the Grim. Holy crap. Just wait until we get the beautiful Dowie Czar and everyone will bitch about their might. Maybe. Volkmar's still fighting. Hi, Hazel. Hello. Hello. Paladins are both heal capped. Fan Enchantress is healing caps within sight, but it's not here quite yet. Volkmar is regenning until he gets rear charged by Paladin, then he's down. Paladin routing. The other Paladin might route, and I don't know how many routes these guys have had, so they might actually start shattering here before we know it. Steam Tank still fighting. What around here can take it down? Bretonnians are about out of ammo. They have a peasant mob routing that could maybe lend some arrows. Field trebuchet over there, but they really need the paladins to come back. Beastmen were super unpopular pre-DLC. I saw Beastmen more than, like, Norska, but maybe. Beastmen apologists right there. Beastmen are way better than Lizardmen. Alright, you guys fight it out. I don't really know. Both factions are strong as fuck. Alright, Steam Tank, still fighting. Still fighting. Now, the Paladins' biggest weakness will be their leadership here, because Paladins are surprisingly cowardly. And that's fine, because they're really good heroes, so they don't really need the good leadership. But you'd be surprised at how cowardly Paladins are. Steam Tank still fighting. Routing off some men-at-arms with terror routes, not a natural route. Maybe trying to get a little bit of damage in on this Paladin. You can route him off. He's at 0. Dips negative for a second, and he shatters immediately. Now he's working on the other Paladin. Steam Tank's definitely just focusing them down. Maybe also want to hit these questing knights. Hard to tell. I need to get rid of all of them. It's getting whittled down. Slowly but surely. Can it do it? Steam Tank's fighting. 170 health. It is probably going to go down here, and it does from the Fey Enchantress slapping it. And that was not a 15-minute game. Yeah. Yeah, Bowmore. Bowmore, do you think the Skaven roster is good besides Poison Wind and the Grey Seers? Because Chosen One and Hadri sure don't. And I don't, but to a lesser degree than them. Alright, Faye got 2,900 value. Paladin got 2,400. Other Paladin got 1,900. Everything else on the Bretonnian roster did fine. Peasant Bowmen especially did some good work. Questing Knights did mixed. One did great, one did not. And Field Trebuchets did their best. They were there for cannons that weren't there. Volkmar, Warrior Priest did well. Flagellants tried, but they killed a bunch of peasants. And the Steam Tank also did well. So good, good, good. Alright, Brett versus Empire Tank. Rat Ogres are not great. Rat Ogres are fine, but they're not great. Check Fae Squad's value, Cyrus? I did. It was great. It was crazy. Alright, where is Bob Tresh? There it is. Oh, yeah, you did want me to watch this abysmal thing. Alright. First, we have to check the Photoshop to see if we got anything out of that. Altharion, Miss Rat says hi to the stream. I guess which army wins. I should probably start guessing, huh? 12 range, mirror map. That game went 11 minutes, but not over 15. 5 artillery in one game, a steam tank, 3 trebuchets. Damn it, that's only 4. Flying Lord on each side was also not correct. Damn. Alright. So we'll go back to the game. The game already started, but you didn't miss anything yet. Ah, game to lull you to sleep. Yeah. Routers can be pretty great. They did recently get nerfed, though, through Frenzy, and you notice it. Yeah, I agree. Crabling seems to have success with his rushes. I would have to watch it before I can comment on it, because if I don't know what I'm talking about, then I'm not going to argue with you, because I don't know. Bully the Dowie. Yeah, Crabling's builds are pretty cool. I haven't gotten to see a lot of them, but I've heard good things from... I think Cry is Free has been telling me about it a lot. Alright, for Lisbon, we have Pterodon Riders, Pawhawk Sentinels, an Oxyotl, Skink Priest of Heavens, another Pterodon Rider, Ancient Salamander, Bowstag, Razordon Hunting Pack, Razordon Hunting Pack, Razordon Hunting Pack, Skink Javs, 2 Skinks. Okay, so while the skirmishing goes on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got the 12 ranged! Yay! 12 ranged. And if you go... yeah. Alright, so Houseplant on the Dwarves. What do you have to deal with all this? Ooh, brutal overcast damage on that Skink Priest. Dwarf Warriors, it looks like 5 of them across the front line. The back, we're going to have Longbeards. Correct. Longbeards, 2 Thunderers, Slayers. Dwarf Warriors with great weapons mixed with Longbeards in the center. So it's just as many infantry as Houseplant could get. Double Master Engineer. Thoric Ironbrow off of his Anvil of Doom with Slayers. Alright. We already had the somebody start screaming. Oh, streaming or screaming? I didn't know, because Murphalurf was streaming before, Oh, did you mean the last bingo? No, we didn't. I didn't cross it off. Game over 15 minutes incoming? Quite possibly. So Pterodons are taking, honestly, a lot of damage from these Thunderers, but as long as they don't lose models, they'll be okay. Other than that, the Bowstings are doing what they can. Oxyotl's doing what he can, poking in. Ancient Salamander's poking. Razordons are running up to poke. Pterodons running around. Running around. More kiting. More kiting. Bowstags are shooting a lot. They're actually running out of ammo, which could be pretty tough. Maybe they could ask the engineers for a restock. They were hoping to shoot like cannon models or something, which there aren't any, so it looks like they're just trying to shoot the master engineers, which isn't a terrible choice. They could actually route quicker than most things. Thunderers are running out of ammo. Not ammo, sorry. Health. And if they run out of health, Pterodons can just sit above and do whatever they want. Bowstags running around. We're at 5 minutes on double fast forward. Might go to triple fast forward. We'll see how the game goes. Amexon Barbs do get slowed and then shot a little bit by the Thunderers. And the Stegodon, without any ammunition left, charges in briefly and runs away. Looks like between Wind Blasts and these Pterodons, they're trying to actually route off these ranged assets and get them out of here. One rock drop comes in on these Thunderers, trying to get rid of them. Engineer dies. These Thunderers are routing. These Pterodons are really trying to dodge out these Thunderers. They're taking a good amount of damage for it. Having a tough time there. These guys do go into melee. They're going to be sacrificed to the great cause. There's no way they're getting out of that one. Then these other Pterodons run over to kill the Master Engineer. Just accepting that they'll take damage for this. And there. All the ranged assets for the Dowie are mega fucked. Thunder's getting chased out by skin cohorts. Good for you. Now the waddling starts. The waddling starts. Someone starts streaming, not someone starts screaming, if that's what you meant, Cyrus. Alright. Pog Sentinels here, doing okay. Lots of kiting. Lots of kiting. We're definitely getting that 15-minute game. Definitely. Skin cohorts, the Javs still have ammo. Razordons still have ammo. The Stegodons have infinite ammo on their backs because of their little shoot guys, which is cool. That's a cool thing. Wish Skaven had infinite ammo, Mr. Tresh. I wish my Bellseer had infinite ammo. Warplock Jazale's on his bell, but ooh, he doesn't. He doesn't, because our faction isn't as good as yours. You damn Lizardman player. Alright. Razordons running out of ammo slowly. Oxyotl still has a... After 13 minutes of consecutive firing, he still has ammo left. Salamander even has to get involved in melee because he's out of gut oil. I don't really know what those guys run on. Master Univrath Ruin takes out a Jav Skink with full ammunition, so that's going to hurt. These Jav Skinks are kind of being thrown away a little prematurely here by the Lizardmen. We are going to cross the 14-minute point. 15. Stegodons trying to trap in these Longbeards and rout them off, but Dwarves don't go anywhere, so they will have to eventually just pull away and accept that they can't kill them. And the Lizardmen still have ammunition, only an Oxyotl, one Razordon, and on the infinite ammo that's on the back of the Bowstags. Dwarves are at very, very low hit points, also quite low on the balance of power. We're at 16 minutes. It's not infinite, it's roughly 60 ammo on those little jabs. It's pretty much infinite. If they're still firing after 16 minutes of continuous combat, it's pretty much infinite. 2,200 on Oxy. Pterodons actually didn't get too much value. Bowstags did okay. Looks like the dwarves didn't... Like, nothing on here screams value. I'm wondering where... Did most of it just rout? I don't know. Foot Malagor, Centaurs, and Hounds. Weird. Alright, Thoric. I mean, nothing on the Dwarf roster is really going to get value here. Who are we kidding? Because they spent most of the game just walking and dying. Yep. That was terrible. That was terrible. I've had to fight that Bob Tresh build before, and it sucks. It is a terrible time to be a dwarf. Alright, I know we got 2 off of that. Where does that leave us? Photoshop. Go. 12 range. Game goes over 15 minutes. Double Dragon, Phoenixes, someone starts streaming. Lord died in the first 2. Nope. Alright, we're chilling. We're chilling. We're still chilling. Bretonia versus Vampire Counts. Why? That's something. I'll cast its current year. I haven't cast this one yet, and I should. Skaven versus Brett. Deathmaster Snitch. Alright, I like it. This is a good Skaven build. Bring you guys over. Alright, I need to actually start guessing which armies win, huh? I'll bet on the Skaven. Let's go. Forgot that I had that great Master Corner Camper replay. Cyrus, weren't you going to go to bed? You promised me. A promise is a promise. Alright, on the side of its current year, we have Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats, Poison Wind Globes, Avalanche Mortars, Poison Wind Globes. We have some Rat Ogres. I thought I saw the Pit Fighters around here. There they are. Clan Rat Spears. We have some dogs in the back. Deathmaster Snitch, Plague Priest on a bell, and more dogs on the side. For the Bretonians, Peasant Mobs in the front line, Battle Pilgrims interspersed throughout the force. Other than that, we have Knights of the Realm, Knights Errant, Battle Pilgrim spam in a charge. That's pretty effective. That's an effective strategy. 4 Peasant Bowman is good. Fey Double Paladin is also good, though they're all on foot. Trying to think of why that would be. I don't know. Maybe to try to deal with not getting killed by Rat Ogres, but on foot you're even more susceptible to Double Assassin, which is common here. Or Storm Vermin with Halberd Summon on top of you. I don't know. Start of the game's going very well for the Skaven, as it usually does. Poison Wind Globes, and especially the Avalanche Mortars are just deleting the Bretonian force. The Dwellers on top of them, I have no idea how well this is going to do. My guess is not amazing. That's a lot of Winds of Magic to not kill a weapons team. Yeah, they survived it just fine. They don't have a high model count, so they'll be okay. Poison Wind is wrecking the Bretonians. Clan Rats and Spears are holding. Wolf Rats are distracting some heavy cav and also trying to threaten the back line, which the Poison Wind Avalanche Mortar things can actually do really well. It's a little RNG depending on where they land, but if they do land on the Peasant Bowmans, they can kind of rout them off in one good volley. Skaven are far ahead on the balance of power already. I tend to agree. A lot of good stuff coming in here for them. Deathmaster Snitch fighting Fey Double Paladin with Battle Pilgrim support for the Fey could be a little dangerous. And a combat of Cassandora coming in from her challenge of potions is going to do some good damage to the Council Guard, who will pull up here. Rat Ogres and Wolf Rats get on top of the Peasant Bowmen, and that will definitely spell the doom of the Bretonians. They only really have a couple Knights of the Realm left. That's not going to do a whole lot for them at this point. And Fey Double Paladin is quite doomed if they get stuck with Deathmaster and the Council Guard here, which they are. Their leadership is very low. Balance power is quite against the Bretonians. And that will be a clear, concise win for El Scavino. Ouchies, ouchies. Okay, don't Poison Wind bomb your own Council Guard. Please don't do that. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. No! No! As long as you always guess on the submitter, you have a good chance. Yeah, I try not to do that. I try to bet on the armies, but in this one it was easy because, one, Skaven are my favorite faction. Two, I do think Skaven and Bretonia is very Skaven favored. The Avalanche Mortars are still bombing the shit out of their own Storm Vermin. I don't think he has switched targets. I think they're just auto-firing at the nearest thing, which is the Hero Squad, but he definitely has to retarget that. That's why build I played so horribly. I wanted people to make fun of that. Okay. Okay. Knights of the Realm fighting Rat Ogres. They do take out the Pit Fighters of Helm's Deep with some support. Balance of Power is giving the Bretonians more credit than they should. Oh! Owie! Owie! And there's the net, too. Deathmaster Sigil also bombing down the Council Guard. Its current year hates the Council Guard. A man after my own heart. It fucking hates the Council Guard. Just wants them all to die, apparently. Because he's just nuking them down. Bane Enchantress taking a lot of damage. At this point, she might even shatter. Her leadership is so low, and there it goes. And without her, the Bretonians' chances immediately plummet. They will die. Good night, Hank Cyrus. Good night. To be fair, you don't know why people still think Bretonnia is a really good faction. They're kind of like Wood Elves. If you can micro them really well, they're still super good. Alright, let's see the Council Guard value. Fat 501. Juicy. They have like 7 bad matchups and 4 very bad. I mean, I would disagree, but I don't play Bretonnia very well, so I guess I don't particularly care. Did you see I renamed your next tournament or event to change your profile picture to Profile Me, Senpai? I didn't see you named that. Where is that? Also, my next event doesn't exist yet because I have to go make the challenge after this stream, so I'm confused. I'm confused and alarmed. Fan Enchantress got almost 2,000 value. Aside from that, the Bretonians largely got nuked. One Knights of the Realm got 1,000 value, all the rest died. GG, well played. It's current year. GG, well played. All right, where does that leave us in the Photoshop realm of things? Mirror match, army sub 400, high elves win a game. I did guess which army is right correctly. That's about it, though. That's about it, though. Oh, there it is. You just put it in general. I see, I see. Got it. Okay. Do you disagree that Bretonnia are disfavored versus Beastmen, Chaos, Skaven, Vampire Coast, Lizardmen, and Dwarves? That's true. Those would be 6 bad matchups. Not your next event, but the next event that has a reward of changing profile picture. That would be this... Oh, my profile picture, I don't know. The Discord profile picture would be tomorrow. That's 6 bad matchups, not like... I guess you said like 7, you didn't say 7. 4 of which very bad. Alright. Murphalurf. Oh, I know he does this on the non-beta. So casting that's going to be a tragedy, but sure, why not? We have Murph on the Lizardmen versus... Hey, Croxagores! Let's go! Versus Lotus Moon. Oh, boy. Alright. For Murph, we have triple Croxagore, some Jab Skinks, Skink Priest of Beast, the Manticore Summon, and Flock of Doom. Jab Skinks, 4 Chameleon Stalkers, Oxyotl, and some Cold One Riders on the far sides. If you open my replay for Greenskins, you'll see something spicy. Sure. I don't think I've ever seen High Elf win on this bingo streams. Maybe not. Maybe not. For Lotus Moon, we have Marcus Wolfheart, a Jade Wizard, triple Hell Blaster Volley Gun. We have Demigryph Knights with Halberds mixed in with a Reiksguard. And Demigryph Knights with Halberds. Other than that, Swordsman and Spearmen across the front line. Wolfheart is getting run up on by some Chameleon Stalkers. And if he dies within the next minute, we could actually get the Lord dies within 2 minutes. No! No. Okay, hold on. Everybody hold on. Now I'm going to keep the screen blocker up because I don't want you to know the result, but I am hitting triple fast forward because we're going to watch this as a team. Dun 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 dun. This goes longer than I thought it would. There we go. Now it's over. All right. Now I will take off the screen blocker, and we will get to watch the glory of Lotus Moon versus Murphalurf. That block might have been there. Lord Dies in the first 2 minutes has been there since game 1. Not game 1, stream 1. Okay, we're back into the game. So Lotus Moon on the Empire has triple Hellblaster Volley Gun, Marcus Wolfheart, a Jade Wizard up in the sky, 2 Demigryph Knights with Halberds, 1 Reiksguard, and then a Swordsman Spearman mix. And for Murphalurf, we have triple Croxagores, 5 Chameleon Stalkers, Oxyotl, 3 Cold One Riders, and some basic Jab Skinks. Alright. A little bit of skirmish coming in. And Chameleon Stalkers do Chameleon Stalker things to the Jade Wizard. Plus Oxyotl poking him in the back. He's not having a good time at all. Takes a metric fuck ton of damage. And that is a ripperoni. Other Chameleon Stalkers on top of Marcus Wolfheart, and the Empire's already in a bad way. Triple Hellblaster volley guns doing okay work on these little skirmish skinks, but meh. I can exit the replay. Blasphemy! Blasphemy! Wolfheart's still fighting, though Kroxgor's coming up is very quickly going to turn this against him. Reiksguard fighting Coldwind Riders, and Reiksguard are winning. All right, let's go Reiksguard. Good job. Good job, lads. Jade Wizard has rallied on the backfield. Triple Hellblasters still firing away, doing their damnedest. The front lines have collided. Maybe the Empire front line can hold for a while. Spearmen are surprisingly tanky. But Kroxgors might just turn this in favor of the Lizard Boys. Also the massive damage they've already gotten onto the Lords. Could be a big old problem. Jav Skinks throw like literally 3 javelins and then run away. We have had a Lord die in 2 minutes. You just missed it, I remember. That's probably true. Probably true. Beastcaster in the back, just thinking about doing stuff for now. And Spearmen are holding, but anywhere there were swordsmen, they got slapped by the mix of Skinks and Kroxigors. And now the first of the 3 Hellblasters is getting messed up. Second of the 3 might go soon. Big blob here winning for the Empire, but this flank all fell apart. When the Hellblasters get shut down, that's going to be a big balance of power swing, I believe. Oxyottl's still over here poking away. Don't know what he's shooting at. I also don't know how... Remember earlier in the stream when Lord Skrulk rallied while nothing... while stuff was attacking him, he rallied? Well, Marcus Wolfheart took forever to rally when nothing was near him, so... Warhammer is a strange, mystical land. Alright, second Hellblaster volley gun has been shut down. Lizardmen pull a little bit ahead on the balance of power, but Lotus Moon is rallying a pretty good force of these Demigryph Knights with Halberds and Reiksguard. Doing pretty good work over there, though. 1 Demigryph Knights with Halberds have been shut down by Coldwind Riders. A big old net from Marcus Wolfheart stops everything in their tracks, and Oxyotl could maybe get gooned out by these Demigryph Knights, but it doesn't look like he will be. Instead, they're going to try to secure the Hellblaster volley gun, which is still firing into Kroxigors. Is there just too much, though? Is there too many things for the Empire to deal with? The Skink Priest of Beast still has 2 Manticore summons in the back pocket, which he will now use 1. Coldwind Riders get trapped up in Reiksguard a little bit, and they're going to suffer a horrible, horrible fate, but these swordsmen are meeting the same sort of end. Coldwind Riders are stopping the Hellblaster volley gun. If they rout it, it could be chased off by these Chameleon Stalkers who are hidden, and that might be GG for the Empire. Can a 1 half-health Demigryph Knights with Halberds and an almost full-health Reiksguard do all of the work? Seems unlikely. Manticore's diving onto Marcus, and it gets a solid hit in, even though it barely touched him. It went to the side, but still hit him somehow. Maybe it can kill him. Manticores do be Manticores. Kroxigors. Ooh, there's still a full health Kroxigor unit running around too. That could be a bit of a problem. Oxyottl's shooting at something. Not really sure what at this point. His vision's probably obstructed from most of the things he wants to shoot. Manticore gets back up in the air while in the middle of this fray and immediately dives back down, getting another hit onto Marcus, and Lotus Moon will call it a day. Murphalurf comes out victorious. Is it mostly due to Chameleon Stalkers? Probably. Coldwind Riders, the one that got crumped on the side closest to us, obviously he didn't get good value, but the other ones did. Wolfheart tried, didn't really do too much. Swordsmen all died horribly. Democrats with Halberds, did okay. Reiksguard did well. Triple Hellblaster didn't pay for itself. Spearman did okay. So, what does that get us on the scoreboard? Not 5 artillery, unfortunately. Kroxigors, that's it. I was like, I swore I saw something. Yeah, that's it for now. Alright, at first it was looking like we were going to get a diagonal super quick, but then we didn't, so that's good. Otherwise the stream would have been too short. Oh, boy. Midland Best. Okay, let's check out this one. Let's check out this one. I don't recognize these names. And yes, I got the blocker this time, you snags. Phoenix. What up? Alright, I'll keep an eye on that. Anyway. What we're doing here... We have the Empire led by somebody. I already forgot who is who. We have the Hammer of the Witches, Halberdiers, Spearmen, Swordsmen, Halberdiers, Swordsmen, Huntsmen, Huntsmen, Huntsmen. So triple Huntsmen on the front line. More Swordsmen, more Halberdiers. So it's looking like this Empire roster. Ooh, some of these Swordsmen are triple gold chevron. Holy crap. Those are some elite boys. Up in the sky, we have Boris Todbringer. On the ground, we have a Warrior Priest with Hammer of Signar and Soulfire Bombardment. Amethyst Wizard with only Spirit Leech. That's about it. For the Dark Elves... okay. Weird. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, someone just needed my help for a second. Black Ark Corsairs, Black Ark Corsairs, Black Ark Corsairs. I like Black Ark Corsairs. They're good. They're good versus Empire. If they can get in range. Obviously, right now, they're going to take a bit of a pounding. Dread Spears, Dread Spears, Dread Spears. On the far side, we have some Dark Riders, Repeater Crossbows, 2 Scourge Runner Chariots, Cold One Knights, Malekith on his Velociraptor, and 1 Feral Manticore. That's Captain Telis versus Noob for Life, I think. Not positive by any means, though. These folks changed their names way too much. It is hard to keep track. And there is a Vanguarded Dark Rider. Gotcha. Dark Elves are one of those factions that when I see their whole army, I'm like, that's it? Like, I feel like... And I know you're... I got the stream up on my other screen. I could see there's a blocker, Mr. Bird. Dark Elves is one of those factions where I look at their army, I'm like, something's missing. Like, there's no way this is all of your money, but apparently it is. Scourge Runner Chariots go rolling in the deep through these Huntsmen. Get some good shock damage down. Good for them. Other than that, Black Ark Corsairs are just meeting up with the Gold Chevron Swordsmen. I do wonder how they'll do. Boris Todbringer, ow. He does a lot of damage to the Scourge Runners. Them in combination with the Hammer of the Witches, I think, has been shooting at them as well. The Empire front line is holding surprisingly well against Black Ark Corsairs, especially since the Swordsmen are Gold Chevron. That appears to be helping them quite a bit. Boris is going to pull away. Doesn't really want to chase that other Scourge Runner and get shot the whole time, maybe even surrounded by Peter Crossbows and another Manticore, and he does charge in under the Black Ark Corsairs, lowering their leadership a bit, and that lowers their melee stats as well, making them not great combatants. So Soul Stealer is going to come in, and Golden Knights are going to get a side charge on Boris here. That could be very good. Dark Riders in the back do run straight into Halberdiers and Huntsmen. They are trying to shut down the Hammer of the Witches, and they do successfully for just a little bit. But they will pay the ultimate price. The Empire's won the far side engagement very well, but they do need to pull some of their forces over here and help out rather than send all of that stuff to chase almost dead Dark Elf units. Boris is barely escaping from the Cold One Knights through his own forces, but he does get away and he can heal up in the sky just fine. Dark Elves are already behind. Now their Murderous Mastery does pop. I hate Dark Elves. They should be super fun, but just aren't. I agree. Alright, sorry. Got a little distracted by something. Swordsman, various state troops are coming back. Boris is still fighting a Feral Manticore in the center of his formation, which with some Huntsman support may be shooting at him at point-blank range. That'll be very good. Dark Elves are quite far behind on the balance of power. The Scourge Runners have come back, but they're both very injured at this point. There's only one Black Ark Corsair unit, and it's these double Cold One Knights just blobbing around trying to take out things. Now, Malekith sprinting in and doing a good number on Boris Todbringer could potentially be a way back into this game if he can't get out of here, but he does have some Superman shields nearby that can peel off the Dark Elf trailers he is running with. This Warrior Priest is still around. I mean, he has Soulfire Bombardments. Hammer of the Witches is back online. Maybe it can shoot some Cold One Knights. We will see. Not a Soul Stealer? That's a Soul Stealer. That'll be a good one. It is. What does it all hit? Some Halberdiers. It missed them, actually. It hits Spearman, hits the Warrior Priest. Now the Halberdiers run into it, but it doesn't retroactively apply. It doesn't hit Boris either. Boris is back on to fighting the Scourge Runners, and man, he is landing some good hits on them. He might even take out another model. Dark Elves had a brief resurgence on the balance power there when their Cold One Knights first got into the Empire Force, but all these Halberdiers, all these state troops are proving their worth to the Emperor and taking out the Dark Elf forces. Hammer of the Witches is obstructed, but it's trying to shoot something. Probably Malekith at this point. Maybe it should just shoot at this Manticore, try to help out Boris a little bit, because that Manticore is chasing him around. Nice Gaze of Malice from Malekith clears out some Empire State troops. And what is left? These Dark Riders with Peter Crossbows, they've probably been getting shot by the Hammer of the Witches all game. Considering how much damage they've taken, I can't see what else would be doing that to them. But they're back. They're trying to do it. Scourge Runner's around. Boris is actually close to healing cap. But he's going to fight that Feral Manticore in the sky. Maybe the Dark Elves can maybe pull this back if Boris gets killed, because then Malekith can run around unimpeded and do whatever he wants. But it looks like Boris will take out the Feral Manticore easily enough. He could dive down and finish off that last Scourge Runner chariot. Black Ark Corsairs running around. These Huntsmen are back. Malekith can't quite solo carry. He's getting decently low from the Spirit Leech spam. Boris could even rear charge him if it feels like. Cold One Knights are coming back into the fray, but the balance of power is quite against the Dark Elves. The sun's getting low, big guy. The sun's getting low. And a nice hit onto Malekith will cause army losses. Alright. Yeah, Butcher, I agree. Dark Elves should be super fun, but they just aren't. Yeah, they're kind of fun sometimes, but mostly they're just not fun. Gold Chevron Swordsman got about 500 value apiece. I don't know how much it costs once they're gold chevroned, but that would normally... I mean, normal Swordsman costs 400, so normally that would be a good trade. Hammer of the Witches did well. Boris did well. Malekith actually did superbly. Black Ark Corsairs, despite their rough start, actually did end up paying for themselves. Golden Knights did well, but the Scourge Runners and Dark Riders with Peter Crossbows really suffered. I feel like that happens to Dark Riders with Repeater Crossbows a lot. I feel like they just struggle. And I don't know why. Alright, did we get anything on the Photoshop? Boop, 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 boop. Boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. No. I'm actually kind of shocked we haven't had the double flying lord yet. That's not that uncommon. Yes, it's me on Skaven versus Tree Tone on Tomb Kings. Okay. We have a Queek win. A Queek game. I don't know if it's a win yet, but I'm going to bet it's a win if it gets submitted here. Alright. Packmaster on his Brood Horror, Plague Priest on foot, Queek on foot, obviously. Double Rat Ogre, Morsktar's Hellion, double Wolf Rat, and then quadruple Storm Vermin. Interesting. For the Tomb Kings, we have a Casket of Souls, an Hyro Titan, a second Casket of Souls with Grand Hierophant, two Necrotechs both to heal up the Hyro Titan, double Skeleton Archers, double Chariots, and then a whole bunch of chaff. This is actually a pretty good build against what the Skaven brought, so I'm not loving Queek's chances here. The Storm Vermin shields are getting bullied, to say the least. Alright. But we'll see how they do here. Packmaster's running around these Chariots. Now he will trade up into the Chariots decently. He'll just have to avoid that Hyro Titan coming for him. Coming for him with gusto, and already one of the Storm Vermins with Sword and Shield is routed off. 1,500 gold's well spent. Praise be from Zero. Ouch. Shem's Burning Gaze at point blank range on top of the Packmaster. And the Storm Vermin are actually fleeing into the Tomb King's forest, which is a little interesting. Second Storm Vermin with Sword and Shield is about to rout, it looks like. But, uncontested Wolf Rats. These Chariots will have to be pulled over to fight Wolf Rats, and Wolf Rats usually actually do okay into Chariots. Usually. Though, ouch, that is a lot of damage. Those Chariots did quite well. They will have to immediately be pulled over to bail out Grand Hierophant Katep, though. And the Hyro Titan is beating the absolute snot out of the Packmaster. Even Kotep alone with some archer support is going to rout off these wolf rats, which is very good for the Tomb Kings. Tomb Kings take an aggressive lead on the balance of power. And this Packmaster is losing against the Pyro Titan. Bold. I mean, it does do fire damage, so it's going to do more versus him. And it's a big spooky monster. And Packmasters on Brood Horrors actually suck at fighting big spooky monsters. Morskatar's Hellion is fighting some archers right now. He might want to pull over here and 1v1 Kotep, but I guess that would leave him open to archer fire, so it's a tricky pickle either way. Somehow that Packmaster hasn't broken yet, but that will do it for him. Now he breaks and he should be chased off. Pyro Titan can just stand and fight Queek. That's pretty okay for it. It'll do well there. Plague Priest tries to help out some of the Storm Vermin. How are we doing over here? A couple of them have rallied, I guess. Pyro Titan's bullying Queek. Morskatar's Hellion's getting surrounded by chariots. He might fall due to leadership, but chariots alone shouldn't be enough to beat him. Don't mess with the thing that has lasers for eyes. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Don't do that. Clan Rat Summon coming over here. These archers should run. The Casket of Souls might be able to just stand and fight. Maybe, possibly. A lot of skeleton warriors up there that need to be pulled back and support some of these assets. And the Necrotechs need to get way more aggressive about healing that Pyro Titan. Get up there. Heal him up. He's at half health. That's not great. Skeleton archers did get caught up by these clan rats a little bit. This Packmaster also needs to be rallied and pulled over. Skeleton archers getting nuked by their own Casket of Souls. Casket of Souls should both be firing on Storm Vermin pockets right now, taking them out, making sure there's no support in the late game for Morskatar's Hellion or anything like that. This Pyro Titan really needs healing. It is beating up Queek, which is good. Pestilent Breath comes in. It kind of does equal damage to Storm Vermin. And this is a replay. I swear they can't hear me, but immediately Kotep fires and takes out a whole Storm Vermin unit pretty much with just one cast. This Necrotech needs to cast its healing on the Pyro Titan before it dies, because it's definitely going to die. There's no way it gets out of that. I don't know where this Casket of Souls is going, but it should probably fire over there. Packmaster rallies. Skaven are down on the balance of power, though there is the Ushapti summon on the pocket that was already destroyed, and a Spirit Leech onto Queek will probably spell his doom. I don't know where the Necrotechs are, but they need to heal that Pyro Titan like 100% a million times. Morskatar's Hellions beat up that foot Necrotech quite effectively. This Necrotech needs to either go heal him or needs to come fight this Packmaster, but needs to do one of the two. Alright, Queek's running. What is this? Plague Priest is fighting Casket of Souls in melee combat. That's pretty fine, but it really should be back fighting these Stormvermin with halberds. Stormvermin sword and shield. What is that? What is that? Okay, that was weird. Causes damage to combatants. High chance they'll... So it's like a weird Melkoth type thing? That definitely wasn't worth it. Ouch. Well, I live and learn. So Kotep's going to get beat up. Now, the Pyro Titan did get some healing from this Necrotech. It might be too little and too late, though. Queek does rally, and he pops a Verminous Valor right away just to make sure he won't rout again. Clan Rat Summon is going away. So is the Ushapti Summon, though, and that'll hurt the Tomb Kings more. These Chariots have just been fighting Rat Ogres and a Blob, which is definitely not what they want to be doing. They're now bouncing out, and they can maybe get onto the Plague Priest or the Storm Vermin Sword and Shield. But what's going to kill Morskatar's Hellion? What's going to kill the Packmaster at this point? It's pretty much just down to the Pyro Titan. He didn't get enough healing off before his Necrotechs got sniped out, and there are Spearmen way off in the middle of nowhere. So I think the Tomb Kings, yeah, you can see the balance power evens right up, and the Tomb Kings had a massive build advantage. There were definitely some big misplays involved in that one. That's way higher damage Melkoths. That has a higher slow. That's true, but it didn't do anything to that Packmaster. Packmaster got 2,100 value in the end. Queek got 1,000. Plague Priest got 900. Storm Vermin, best of them got 500. The worst of them got like 43. Wolf Rats got routed off pretty quickly. One got 600 value, and Morskatar's Hellion did well. I think its technical name is the crawly hand that tickles balls. Trudeau! Kotep got 1,500 value. Double Necrotech. One got literally 0. One got a couple, I think just 100. Pyro Titan, 2,400. He did very well. He just needed to be supported more, and the other Casket got 800 value. Queek, yes, yes. I mean, go Queek, go. What do we got? Lord dies in the first 2 minutes. No. Queen Bess, 5 artillery, 1 game. Nope, 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 nope. Eltharion, Trich, or Tehenna. Nope. Nope. We have had a lot of Skaven wins, though, today, which is pretty good. Yeah, it's not SL. You don't lose. You don't use it for singly. Yeah. Okay, War Wagons. I think this is Captain Telis versus Energized. If Boris and the Blood Dragon Lord are both in the air, we get our double Flying Lord thing, which would be good. That would be quite good. Hey, they're both flying. Let's go. Let's go. Just making sure I'm not stuck on the wrong stream again. Alright, we have triple War Wagon. War Wagon, War Wagon, War Wagon. Boris Toddbringer. Warrior Priest on the ground with Soulfire Bombardment and the Banner of the Flame, which gives fire damage to everybody around you and a little bit of weapon strength. Bright Wizard as well with Fireball, Flaming Sword of Ruin, and Burning Head. Then we have triple Greatsword, double Spearman, triple Spearman, quadruple Spearman, triple Halberd. So it's just a bunch of melee infantry with buffs, and then War Wagons to do all the kiting. On the other side we have the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord in the sky on his dragon, double Blood Knight, triple Zombie, Skeleton Spearman, Skeleton Warrior, Graveguard with great weapons. So big old mix of infantry. More Blood Knight, so triple Blood Knight. Very elite build. No Stroking the Forbidden Rod Necromancer. Bold. That's bold. Without the Masturbation Mancer, how can you win the game? Damn it, you're free. Possibly. I mean, of course, yeah, I am free, but I do have to finish this game. Alright. The War Wagons are kiting. Looks like they're just going to accidentally or intentionally, not sure, run into some zombies and get a little mucked up. So that could be dangerous, especially with the Blood Knights coming in. Oh no! Oh no! Blood Knights get here. They seem to be failing to really connect, though. And now they are getting shot in the face by War Wagons. Ah, there's some of the connection. They do some damage, but they immediately pull away as Boris Toddbringer comes up. It's not great for them. It looks like a breath attack over here takes out almost a whole unit of greatswords. Blood Knights will run away. I mean, I would think the vampire counts could just grind out this build. A Soulfire Bombardment here would be huge. Looks like we're actually going to get a Burning Head too, and that'll kill a whole bunch of Graveguard. Owie, owie, owie. And I thought I saw the animation for a Soulfire Bombardment, so that's a huge trade. Blood Dragon Lord breaks the Spearman's bracing before Blood Knights rocket in. And that'll be big over there, though these War Wagons are again caught up, and it looks like Blood Knights are even killing them. Corpse Cart's very low due to Boris Toddbringer. And I would say the Empire's doing well so far, but bounce power is favoring the Vampire Count slightly. There's even a zombie summoned behind some Spearmen just to lower their leadership a little bit. And 2 Spearman units breaking here could be bad, especially with all these Blood Knights coming. Now these Blood Knights are going to avoid charging some Halberdiers, which is quite smart. War Wagons are poking down very effectively the Blood Dragon Lord. Oh lord. So charge bonus doesn't kick in until 10 seconds contact in beta. That's weird. That's weird. Alright, Corpse Cart did get away from Boris Toddbringer. It's trying to rally some support among Graveguard that are left. But the double Blood Knight in the backfield with the Blood Dragon Lord are doing well. They rout off 1 Halberdier, yet there's another Halberdier running after them. Though the Blood Dragon Lord will also clean them up. If he has his Helm of Discord, that would be extra optimal. But Boris lands on top of him. And it is time for the duel. Though with Helm of Discord, Heart Piercing, and what the hell? Heart Piercing just has 2 different things for some reason, but anyway. With all those popped, Boris is actually at a combat disadvantage and might want to get out of here, especially with Blood Knights nearby that could maybe surround him and do some good damage. Fellbats are going to try to stop these War Wagons from firing for just a little bit, and the last vestiges of this Blood Knight is going to run over and chase off that other War Wagon. So of the War Wagons, 1 is shut down, 1 is very injured, and 1 is full health. Boris does get away from the Blood Dragon Lord, though he can heal up. Both of them actually can. And how's it looking across the map? I mean, there's a lot of Blood Knights left. But aside from that, it looks like the vampire counts are running out of steam. And so are the noble warriors of Sigmar. A lot of their things are on the verge of breaking or being run off the map. And that Blood Knight unit not crumbling anymore is huge. They can come back and get healed up, which is good. which is quite good. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord running around. Though now Boris attacks him. With Blood Knight support nearby, Boris really does have to be careful. I've said that before, but I meant it. These Blood Knights are fighting up against Halberdiers. The other War Wagon has escaped death for now. It's now in the middle of some Spearmen, but Skeleton Spearmen aren't exactly elite. Ooh, a rear charge from these Blood Knights could be huge onto the Halberdiers. And there is a Burning Head that at the last second does a weird little glitch thing, but it goes along its original path, just wounding some zombies. And it's going to crump some Fellbats, but maybe hurt the Halberdiers. No, it does not. Blood Dragon Lord in the sky is fighting Boris Todbringer with some little shots coming in from War Wagons. And the vampire counts are falling behind on the balance of power. Looks like the Sigmarite support might be too much for them, though this Bright Wizard did get crumped in the background. If there's invocations of Nehek, they should be used on these Blood Knights that are fighting Halberdiers. This is a bad situation for them. They're losing a lot of health trying to break off these Empire Infantry. And the Empire Infantry were super close on breaking, but they didn't quite break, and that's kind of a big deal. If possible, the Blood Dragon Lord should pull away. Get over near his Blood Knights, overcast some invocations in the heck on them, hit all three of them with that. It looks like a breath attack, unfortunately on the side. That's not his fault, he just clicked on the Halberdiers, but the breath attack chose like the side of the unit rather than the center, and didn't do as much damage there. But Dragon Lord has landed amongst his kin. Overcast invocation in the heck, please, if you have it. Ah, yes, very good play. Very good play there. Blood Knight's getting healed up. Blood Dragon Lord's getting healed up a little bit. That's very good. Boris is still quite healthy, though, and that is a bit of a problem. And as we noted, the Empire is ahead on the balance of power. Ward Priest being very healthy, that can be deceptive, because Ward Priests are kind of piss-poor combatants. They can be nuked down at times. Ooh, big chomp onto Boris Todbringer. Has a noticeable impact on the balance of power. If you can get another hit in there, that could be quite big. What else is going on? Vampire counts are about out of infantry, though. These Skeleton Spearmen are chasing off that Bright Wizard, and so far that's going okay. Rear charge from the Blood Dragon Lord, trying to take out these Halberdiers, rout them off so his Blood Knights can do more, but they're crumbling away. And there's not a whole lot of infantry killing left in this build here. Blood Dragon Lord is now a little surrounded, fighting Boris, and while he might be able to beat Boris, these War Wagons have done excellent work poking him down. There's spears everywhere, there's a Warrior Priest, there's great swords, and the Warrior Priest could even pop Hammer of Sigmar, which he just did, and give some more buffs to his comrades. Soulfire Bombardment's going to clear out these summoned zombies and even do a little bit of poke damage to the Blood Knights. That might be it. And these War Wagons, man, they got to have some pretty good value after all this. 1,500. Ouch. And that'll be a win for the glorious Empire. Felbat's over here just chasing off a War Wagon. GG, well played. GG, well played. Boris got 2,300 value. Bright Wizard got 1,000. Warrior Priest got about 500. Halberdiers got 2,000, 1,100, and then not very much. Great Swords almost paid for themselves. War Wagons did really well. Huh. Blood Dragon Lord got 3,300 value, so good for him. Graveguard, one of them got good value, the other one didn't. Blood Knights, two of them got good value. That was a weird game. Good build, though. Good build. Good War Wagons. Okay, back over to Photoshop. I'm running out of steam, so this is a pretty good time. Each Lord had a flying mount, so that was good. Other than that, no more X's, but I don't need them because I did get a bingo. Diagonally. And I will save the other replays. They aren't going anywhere. I will cast them eventually. I'll just use them on a different stream. But for now, that is it tonight. You all have a great night. And I'm going to go say hi to Grace. Goodbye.